Alexa Grasso versus Vivian Araujo. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Grasso. Same situation here. Three wins in a row. Um, she's younger. Like her stand up is just like crisp,
Hmm.
really precise. What's interesting about this matchup, it's they're both going like in and out. You know, just like Vivian is more like a wild. She likes to like step in and go with that looping hooks, and or combining one and two. But like I think like her cardio is questionable too. So I think just like the pressure, if Grasso like goes with the pressure and with more crisp strikes and hurt her early, I think this can be even early finish. I don't think we're gonna watch 5 rounds, and also like we can see even submission in this fight, because they are not going so much like on wrestling taking down like this, but like from the counters they are really dangerous, both of them, so that's something that also, like if somebody gets tired and decide to go or hurt go for a takedown, the other person really, I see like that for some scramble. I don't think we're gonna see stand up war, and whoever get hurt, maybe it's gonna get even finished by submission.
It'd be super interesting. And before Alexa Grasso's last fight, I would say maybe she's not going to be the one getting the submission, especially against a black belt like Araujo. But in her last fight, she did show that she's been working her jujitsu, and she found that rear naked choke. You said an interesting thing about the conditioning, the cardio of Araujo, and I do think that's going to be a big factor, especially because this is 5 rounds. She does have that in and out, but I think the way that she manages her energy, she kind of throws maybe a little bit too much in her strikes, whereas Grasso is nice and relaxed. Um, Before like going back and watching some of her fights, I thought she fought a lot like Irene Aldana, her teammate, but she actually throws way more kicks than her teammate Aldana. So she's much more of like a kickboxer who kind of entertains the grappling a little bit. Fun fact: the last person she lost to is the current champion. So that kind of tells you like the streak that she's on and kind of the caliber of fighter that she is. If she's going to lose, it's going to be to the very best. And right now, I don't think that's Vivian Araujo. So I do see Alexa Grasso taking this. Um, I don't know. They've only had one finish each in the UFC. So I think it'll go 5 rounds. It would be interesting to see a finish, though. But how about you? If there's a finish, do you think it's pretty equal for each fighter?
No, I think like Araujo is much more dangerous. Like even I
Mhm.
don't know like why she's now relying so much on her hands, I mean on her striking. Uh, when like more or less like before she entered the UFC, let me see how many finishes she had. She was like a finishing machine, more or less. Submission, submission, submission. So from the TKO loss and then again submission. So basically, her first 4 submissions, they all came by wins. They all came by submission. I think she's like a black belt under Vieira, if I'm not mistaken. Like so she have
Yep.
a really good jiu-jitsu. Like even the first finish was on heel hook. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. In 2015, even before it became popular. So I just don't see like even all her last like how many fights since she won the first when she entered the UFC even on the short notice, and she finished beautifully Talia Bernardo, like it's all decisions,
Hmm.
even her 2 losses and everything, so something is going on, is she getting tired, or she's too much relying on the hands, doesn't mix up, like because like she's afraid of wrestling and to something is going on. But I think in this match, like you said, precision of Grasso, and I think the cardio deficit from Araujo are the two biggest factor, and I think the Grasso can cash in because the both going to her side. So I'm gonna go with Grasso on this one.
Yeah, I agree, especially in a 5 round fight.